So I'm here with Charlie Bernard from Cyxtera. Charlie's Director of Growth Strategy. We are in the Winnersh Data Center, LHR3, I believe
That's
you
right.
guys call it. And we're in the backdrop here, your new AI Quantum Center of Excellence. So what is it, Charlie?
Yeah, sure. So our AI Quantum Center of Excellence is a full spectrum lab. We have multiple partners within the lab environment. So founding partners include Fujitsu, who provides multiple technology within the stack. The whole idea around the lab itself is for customers to be able to take their ideas from concept and ideation all the way through to production. And there's multiple stages with that. So firstly, there's the consultative services that the top of the stack of partners provide them. So be able to take the crazy science project all the way through from an idea of what they could do with their data flow, all the way through to testing and validating that on the right technology. And the right technology here is key. So within the Fujitsu environment we have within the cage, there's a plethora of technology all the way from SUSE from a software perspective, Intel and NVIDIA from a hardware standpoint, and that really lets us nail down actually what is the right technology that the customers should be using for that data flow to get the right performance out of it and cost associated, right, to deliver on that end objective.
Yeah, I can tell this is a really, emotive kind of project for yourself. You know, I can see you're really excited about it. So yeah, what we've done, we've put a stack in there, haven't we? I remember our technical team were in there. We put some Fujitsu Primary servers in there, a little bit of NVIDIA, some NetApp storage as well. So how are we going to take that software and hardware stack with SUSE on top and Rancher and so on in your center of excellence? How are we going to take that to your customers?
There's multiple ways to engage, and there's going to be customers that need the white glove consultative services approach. So they don't have the right resource in house to adequately take that idea and that data flow all the way through to something that's meaningful, and that can work into technology. So we have the top of the stack with Fujitsu, so we can take customers all the way through from our training and enablement in the workshops, in the training suite that we have available on site. All the way through to funneling that data through to the cage itself, where there is the full stack of hardware and software services, like you've said. And there are some customers that just want raw access to the infrastructure itself, right? So one of the challenges many businesses have, if they need access to the plethora of IT, AI technologies out there, is unless you're a large enterprise, it's going to be hard to get all of those different technologies shipped to your location. Fujitsu has invested in bringing multiple technologies here in a tier 3 facility where your data is residing in a safe location.
Consume it for a short period of time, longer period of time.
Exactly. But it's in one singular location where customers are sure of the data locality. I think it's key here. So they can rest assured that when they bring their data here, when they engage with our partners, the data doesn't leave this premises.
I mean, it looks really smart, I must say.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Yeah, it's great. And I know, I'm here representing Fujitsu, obviously, but that quantum computer that we see behind those secretive closed doors there, that's really interesting. Have you got anything to say about that?
Yeah, so that's super exciting. So we've got a partnership, and so is Fujitsu with Oxford Quantum Circuits, OQC. So behind us is where they house their superconducting quantum computers. Hence the quantum in the AI Quantum Center of Excellence. The fact is we are on net to quantum technologies, all the way through from superconducting quantum computers like OQCs through to quantum-inspired technologies and quantum technologies. I mean, a great example of this is Fujitsu's digital annealer, and that's available within the caged environment as well. Alongside that, we've also got like I said, quantum random number generation, other quantum technologies that are proprietary but run in solid state, so we can put them in the cage. They don't have to have liquid nitrogen, helium, and other exotic technologies supporting them, right? So they're all sat side by side because inevitably, depending on what the use case and outcome is, certain AI technologies may be more applicable, or actually, if it's things like optimization, quantum may be the way forward. So we give our customers access to these technologies, give them an early advantage.
Right, okay. I think, tell me if I'm wrong, I mean, AI is quite a broad subject at the moment. And I think businesses are struggling to understand how they can leverage AI. What exactly is it? And I think maybe maybe it's important to say that we're also working with some ecosystem partners like Brainpool, Graymatics. Can you think of any others that are helping businesses with that discussion, helping them get on that journey of how AI can help their business, save them money? You know, I don't know, I always get told that anything repetitive is something that can be solved with AI.
Exactly, and this is born from ChatGPT, right? In particular, about 6 months ago, the trends were quite clear. The data is the new oil, right? So the more data you collect, and what you do with it is intrinsically linked to the success of your business. Now, ChatGPT made that mainstream, so it showed that actually you have these applicable models that can be interpreted and utilized in your business now to deliver meaningful outcomes, right? So it could be improving customer experiences and customer service. It could be improving revenue streams, etc. Right? So these business objectives can be made now. But like you say, it takes a whole ecosystem to make this happen, right? All the way down from the data center provider, where we're stood now in a data center, through to the hardware, through to the software stack, and most importantly, the consultative services, right? And you mentioned some great names there, so Brainpool, Graymatics, and this is an example of why the Fujitsu ecosystem is so important to us, right? It's very much, and we're ecosystem focused, we're ecosystem centric in the fact that we want our customers to get access to the right technologies at a low latency within our facilities. But Fujitsu also has their own ecosystem that is by nature of what we've designed and created here are embedded as part of that. So our customers then have access to those great partners.
Yeah, it's great. And I suppose one last question from my side. You and I have made great strides with Uscale here, where we've provided Fujitsu hardware with your colo services, other connectivity services, your marketplace have been included with that. I suppose, what is the idea here with this center of excellence? Are we trying to give customers a taster session to what AI might do, with the view to then perhaps working out a bill of materials or a project or a cost for them to take that forward? Or are you looking at more short-term projects, or a bit of both?
Well, it's a bit of both, really. Like I said, it depends on the where the customer is in their journey, what the persona is, right? Whether they have the right resource in-house, whether they're already working on these projects, right? And that stage of in their internal development will define what their experience is here. So like I said, it could be full spectrum. The company doesn't have the right data scientists in-house, as an example, and they can outsource and utilize what Fujitsu has available via their own services and their own professional services and their ecosystem, right? All the way through to those that just need access to the technology. So it's very much full spectrum in that regard. So Cyxtera has our enterprise bare metal offering. Obviously, Fujitsu is an option there from an OEM standpoint for our customers. And as you know, the virtue of our platform is we deliver bare metal in a way that the OEM intended, right? So with Fujitsu, we give access all the way down to lights out. What benefit does that bring to our customers? And why is it meaningful they have Fujitsu as available option in the data center as well?
Well, I guess, especially if you combine that with Uscale, the ability to flex up and down, we give them, I think the way I look at it is really simply, it's kind of like giving that AWS or Azure, the public cloud experience, but in an environment like this, where they've got control over the hardware from the actual physical hardware layer, right through to the kind of connectivity that they choose, the security that goes along with that what's the term I'm looking at? The data governance around it. So that's the idea, and I think that the whole bare metal as a service is something that differentiates you as a partner for myself compared to other colo providers, is that it's not just rack and power, it's rack, power, but what kind of computes do you want to, what workloads are you running on that, why do you need this space,
Exactly.
And that whole consultative piece around just colo is something that, we both know, we both enjoyed some success around that.
Yeah, and how do you see, as part of, and obviously Fujitsu has Uscale, and we can talk more about that, but how do you see the inclusion of co-location alongside Uscale benefiting customers? Moving away from just hardware available as a service on a consumption-based model, but actually to include the hosting as well. So actually, you, like the lab, it's very much full spectrum. You can consume all the way from hardware down to a granular per kilowatt basis in the data center as well.
Yeah, well, you're the colo expert. I'm more the infrastructure guy. But the way I see it is that if we're offering a customer the ability to flex up and down in terms of a hardware stack, be that an Nutanix cluster or a VMware cluster or just bare metal on their own hypervisor, whatever it may be. The issue is, we all know how topical and how difficult it is for power costs these days.
Yes.
There's no point to me just thinking of my own area of expertise and the compute side of it. There's also the power side of it. Now that you and I have got a model together, we've devised this model, I should say, where we can meter the power along with the compute usage.
Yep.
It's perfect. So, you know, a customer doesn't need to sign up for 4 racks and then, even though they're not fully utilizing the compute in those 4 racks, for example, you know, we can measure the way we can work so they bill us on a use scale. Well, we bill them on a use scale contract for the power and the compute, and I think that's a little bit of a game changer at the moment.
I think so as well. And then when we pair
that to that
exactly,
as well.
and then when we pair the consumption model that you spoke about, and you know, pre-deployment of environments that are linear in scalability, right? So customers can turn on and off the servers, they can reduce their power utilization. You know, this really helps our customers on their journey to reduce their carbon emissions inevitably, right?
And
because they don't have to buy
so
a
important
larger
to people
footprint
these
in the
days.
first place.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we've managed to work on that quite well since compared to where we were a year ago.
Yeah.